Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now for today's video, we're going to be providing an update on Bitfarms Ltd. This is one of the crypto mining companies I follow closely on this channel. They just came out with some big news along with their July production results. So we've got a lot to cover. Before we get into it though, please take a second, hit the like button, you guys. It's a huge help to myself and the channel. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. And let me know in the comment section below if you're currently holding shares of Bitfarms, what you thought about this recent news, and how you think they stack up to some of the other miners, specifically HUD 8 that we cover on this channel. Now with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be providing an update on Bitfarms Ltd, one of my favorite companies to talk about on the channel. Not only are we going to be covering July production results, we're also going to talk about some big news and their upcoming earnings date. So before we get into it, I wanted to take a quick look at the chart. Now Bitfarms and HUD 8 have been having a very successful month so far. So you can see this is as of close on July 29th. It's a holiday here on Monday, August 1st. Bitfarms closed out last week down 4 cents on the session, or about 2.14%, to close out the week at $1.83 Canadian. You can see trades under the ticker symbol BITF on the Toronto Stock Exchange, same ticker on the NASDAQ in the United States. Now, if you look at a 6-month chart here, you guys, the results don't look very promising. You can see Bitfarms, along with a lot of the other companies we talk about on this channel, was trading above $5 back in the middle of March. They've now downtrended and are trading below $2. However, if you zoom into a 1-month chart, you can see in the near term here, the short term, they've actually had a pretty successful month. And throughout the month of July, so if we look back to June 30th, you can see they were trading in the $1.40 range, and they actually hit a high in the month of July at $1.99. So we are starting to see some positive momentum. We've seen the price of Bitcoin and a lot of other cryptocurrencies start to stabilize and start to move in the right direction. And obviously crypto miners like Bitfarms follow those currencies very closely. So I am optimistic. I think we have seen the bottom. I've been aggressively adding to my position both in Bitfarms and HUD 8. As you guys know who follow me on the channel, I've purchased a number of call option contracts with different expiration and different strike prices, along with a number of shares. I think total now I'm holding about $25,000 worth of these two companies. And at this point in time, that now does represent my largest position in my personal account. Now with that being said, there's a couple of pieces of news I wanted to talk about in today's presentation. So the first came out last Thursday, July 28th, and it talks about Bitfarms completing their phase 2 expansion at their bunker facility or bunker location. Now the highlights here, you guys, is this facility or phase 2 of this facility is going to boost overall capacity by 18 megawatts for Bitfarms, and that's now enabled them to hit a daily Bitcoin production rate of 16.8 Bitcoin. So this company has really been firing on all cylinders over the last couple of months. They're now producing more Bitcoin than ever, and they're easily surpassing HUD 8 mining in terms of their daily and monthly Bitcoin production rates. Now the phase 2 expansion at the bunker facility, in addition to that 18 megawatt capacity expansion, also boosts the company's hash rate by about 200 petahash per second. So hash rate, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is essentially the horsepower, the computing power of these crypto mining companies. And that's now propelled them to a total of 3.8 exahash per second in terms of their total production capacity. Now you can see the president and chief operating officer of Bitfarms, Jeff Morphy, goes on to say, completing phase 2 of the bunker expansion is a strategic milestone that contributed to growing our hash rate to 3.0 exahash per second, which is up 5.5% from the beginning of July. So not only are we starting to see positive price action with the underlying price of Bitcoin itself, but Bitfarms, along with a lot of these other miners, has actually been increasing their production rate. So they're now mining more Bitcoin each and every day at a better and better price. Now in total, Bitfarms is now sitting at a total capacity of 158 megawatts, really making it one of the largest players here in North America. And significantly with this higher hash rate came an increase to their current production, as I mentioned, 16.8 Bitcoin per day, which is up 15% from the 14.6 Bitcoin per day we saw at the end of June. So their production's up, their Bitcoin per day is up, their hash rate is up, and the price of Bitcoin is up, which is exactly why I'm so excited about holding these mining positions. Now, in terms of the specific details, under phase 2, miner installations are in the process of completion, and to date, they've now installed 9,450 miners at this location. Together with phase 1, which first became operational back in March of this year, this location now represents 36 megawatts of capacity and is yielding 848 petahash per second from this single location alone. Now, they do have further plans to expand this bunker location even more, so phase 3 is going to be focused on an additional 12 megawatts of capacity, and this phase is going to feature the installation of another 3,250 miners to produce an additional 325 petahash per second, which is expected later this year. Now, on top of all that activity at the bunker location, they've also expanded their Washington State location by 3 megawatts. So you can see this brings their Washington State farms to 20 megawatts of total capacity, and again, industry low energy costs and a completely upgraded fleet of miners at these facilities. And with that being said, here's a look at the various different locations. This one is the bunker we just referred to, located in Quebec, Canada, and Washington State in the top left here. So in total, they now have 9 operational Bitcoin mining facilities. As you can see, most of them are located here in Canada, all in the province of Quebec, with the exception of Washington in the United States and Paraguay in South America. And we've talked about this in a number of my videos. This is one of the key differentiators between Bitfarms and Hut 8 Mining, is you're getting that international exposure or that international diversification. And they actually have additional plans to build out in other countries, which we're going to look at in a couple of minutes here. Now, before we get into that, the main event of today's presentation, the production update for the month of July 2022. So a lot of things to be excited about here, you guys. You can see they've now increased their total capacity, or the average, for the month of July to 166 megawatts. And in doing so, they were actually able to mine a milestone 500 Bitcoin in the month of July for a daily average of 16.1 Bitcoin per day. Now, as we just saw, they exited the month at a run rate of about 16.8 Bitcoin per day. So I would expect August to be even better. And as you can see, they ended the month mining an average of 17 Bitcoin per day. So if they are able to continue that run rate throughout the 31 days in August, we can expect to see somewhere in the neighborhood of about 527 Bitcoin in the month of August alone. Now, they go on to talk about that big upgrade at the bunker facility, or phase 2, which we just talked about. Now, a few other golden nuggets in this press release. They actually give an update on some of the milestones or production milestones that they're expected to hit. So you can see here, they plan to meet that 4 exahash per second target in the month of August, and they're still on pace for year end to meet their goal of 6 exahash per second. So again, growing exponentially into the back half of this year, or 2022. Now, a couple other things I wanted to call out here specifically in the mining production notes. You can see that 16.1 Bitcoin per day average in the month of July, which equates to about $385,000 US and approximately $12 million for the month, based on that Bitcoin price just shy of $24,000 US. And with the new 500 Bitcoin they mined or acquired in the month of July, their total reserve or custody is now sitting in excess of 2,021 Bitcoin. So we talked about that big sale in the month of July. You can see they sold off about half of their initial reserve, or 1,623 Bitcoin. However, at these production rates, you guys, it's not going to take them long, about 3 to 3.5 months, to recoup that Bitcoin that they sold. So looking back, maybe this was the right decision if it enables them to meet these aggressive build-out goals and continue to expand their production and hash rate. Now, in terms of the operational updates, we talked about the bunker phase 2. We talked about that additional 3 megawatts in Washington State. They're continuing to expand their facility in Argentina. So construction continued on those 2 50 megawatt warehouses, you guys. So absolutely massive bandwidth coming online for the team at Bitfarms. And if we scroll up to the details in terms of that Argentina location, you can see they made significant progress on construction of these 2 50 megawatt warehouses and associated infrastructure in Riacarto, Argentina. Again, this is from Jeff Morphy, the president and COO. The high voltage electrical supply lines are almost complete. The installation of racking, miners, servers, and data cabling in the first warehouse is expected to commence in late September, and the production from the first 50 megawatt megawatt warehouse continues to be expected for the fourth quarter of this year. So a massive catalyst on the horizon for Bitfarms that's really going to allow them to meet that 6 exahash per second goal by year end. And if we actually now jump over to the company website, you can see their current operations. So here's the 9 facilities currently up and operational. 7 of them are in Quebec, here in Canada. The other 2 are in Washington, which we just talked about, and the Paraguay facility in South America. But if we look at the pipeline tab here, what's really exciting, you guys, is you can see the Argentina location, and this has a total planned capacity of 210 megawatts. So when you compare this facility to any of the other ones, whether we're talking about the future pipeline here in the neighborhood of 15 to 36 megawatts, or the current operations ranging from about 10 to 30 megawatt capacity, the 210 megawatts in Argentina absolutely dwarfs anything else in this company's portfolio and really most other facilities worldwide for Bitcoin mining. So again, not only is this company continuing to develop their infrastructure, they're bringing new capacity online, we're seeing the price of Bitcoin start to recover, and I think Bitfarms is really going to be in a perfect position to capitalize on that as we start to see the crypto markets recover. Now, with that being said, and to close out today's video, we also got big news on Friday last week, July 29th. Bitfarms is planning to report their second quarter 2022 financial results next Monday, so August 15th here, you guys. This is going to be massive. Now, for people like myself who follow these stocks closely, because they give the monthly production update, the quarterly financial results really aren't going to be that surprising, or at least they shouldn't be. But for the greater investment community, Wall Street, some of the bigger firms, you guys, they really look to these official financial results or quarterly results to make investment decisions. This is what a lot of the analysts base their research on as well. So I think this big Q2 result is really going to open a lot of people's eyes to the progress that the team at Bitfarms has made over the past 3 months and really draw in a lot of investor attention that maybe has been lost due to the recent crash in crypto prices. So for those reasons, you guys, I'm super excited about this company and confident in my position in Bitfarms. Again, I hold both shares and call option contracts, primarily dated for January of 2024, so giving me some extra time for the company and the crypto market to recover. I'd be super curious to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think about their July production? What do you think about their network build out and their capacity build over the last couple of months? And how do you think Bitfarms stacks up to some of the other players, specifically Hut 8 Mining, that we cover on this channel regularly? Now, if you're still watching the video at this point, feel free to hit the like button, you guys. It really does help me out in a big way. If you're not subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. And with that being said, that's all for now. Thanks so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.